What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to have some interesting discussions and gaming news as well, but before we get into that, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, and click that notification bell to get my videos first. Now, I did say on my live streams and in previous videos of mine when it comes to Xenoblade Chronicles 3 that I will be giving you guys non-spoiler updates as I go along, and also my impressions and thoughts. And now that I'm 40 to 50 hours plus in and a number of chapters in as well, I have to sit here and say that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 to me might be a little bit underrated at 89 on Metacritic. And the reason why I'm saying this or even bringing it up is because everywhere that I go that I see people that are playing this game, and the further that I get in the game as well, I'm starting to notice a very common theme that's across everybody playing the game, saying that, whoa, chapter this, chapter this, chapter that, chapter this, and it's trending on Twitter and multiple people are talking about it. And as I play through myself, I see the craziness and the plot twists and everything unfold in a crazy way that really hasn't been done on the Nintendo Switch before. There's never been a story like Xenoblade Chronicles in gaming, and there's never been a story like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 in terms of the cutscenes and how it's done with the voice acting and everything. It's so well done and it's so well thought out. I'm actually shocked at the quality of this title. I knew that it was going to be very good. I knew that it was going to be high, but it's surpassed Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, X in so many different ways. And then when you combine it with the freedom and the, I would just say, creativity that you have with the class-based system and switching on the fly and all the different builds and combinations that you can do and the heroes, it just becomes an experience that to me is unrivaled for RPGs on the Nintendo Switch. So when I say that it's underrated at 89 on Metacritic, I truly believe that, and I think that the game is absolutely better than even what the reviewers said it is. And I know that might seem a little bit crazy because, whoa, 89 is a really good score. Oh, you're just a hardcore, Xenoblade guy or anything. But really, everybody that I'm speaking to and everything that I've been going through with this game, it really is a beacon for high quality gameplay and the best Xenoblade that we've gotten. Now, when Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out, I didn't really dispute the scores too much. So it's not like I'm just hardcore Xenoblade with everything. When it had a lower 80s score, like, I understood why. Heck, I even talked about that a lot on my own channel, discussing the blade system and the problems there, some of the other issues as well, performance, and lots of other things that kind of put Xenoblade from not surpassing or matching the first game, and maybe not even being as good as Xenoblade Chronicles X in some situations. Obviously, the story is much better than what Xenoblade X had to offer, but I think that Xenoblade Chronicles 3, as I'm playing through, is surpassing all of the previous Xenoblade Chronicles games quite easily. So I would say to those who haven't tried it out yet, definitely try out Xenoblade Chronicles 3. If you're an RPG fan, you cannot miss this game. It is a must-play Japanese RPG, must-play game on the Nintendo Switch. I've already talked about it various times on the channel, but I wanted to just go through and, like I said, give you guys my raw thoughts and emotions as I go through and play this game, of course, with no spoilers. I got a certain class last night that I really enjoy playing quite a bit, and I think that's the best thing about Xenoblade Chronicles 3 as you're playing through the side quests. Not even the main quests, but the side quests feel like complete main quests in the game. And when you get a cool new hero, or when you get some new abilities, or when you figure out a combination that just dominates and completely you feel empowered. But then again, you also can feel challenged this time because the hard mode is there and it's ready to put the core Xenoblade players to the test, even if you are over leveled a little bit. So that's what I love about this game. They thought about everybody. So those are my thoughts when it comes to Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and how maybe it's a bit underrated at an 89 on Metacritic. I still need to play through more. I've got a lot to go through but I'm doing a hard mode run pretty much 100%. So it's going to take me a while to get through everything, but I will, and I'll keep you guys updated, non-spoiler. And then once I beat the game, then I'll finally give you guys my full review, 100, 200 hours, however long it takes. So what are your thoughts on Xenoblade Chronicles 3, as many of you guys have already beaten it? And of course, please no spoilers in the chat. What are your thoughts on the game? What do you like about it the most? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, and moving on to the next topic, Nintendo has announced their next big presentation direct for this year, and that will be on August 10th. Splatoon 3 Direct is set there. We've got the first details and information, and I'm going to go over what I expect or what I'm predicting from the show. So Nintendo will host a Splatoon 3 Direct on August 10th at 6 a.m. PT / 9 a.m. ET, featuring roughly 30 minutes of updates about upcoming Nintendo Switch games, the company announced. You'll be able to watch it on YouTube in the Americas, Europe, and Japan. Now, I do want to give you guys some information on this. I personally will be waking up very early and streaming this show, just like I woke up very early and streamed the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the Pokemon Presents news. I will be streaming this for you guys as well. It's 30 minutes of fun, 6 a.m. For those who don't know, or if you're new, I live in California, so in order for me to stream this and get ready properly, I have to wake up by around 4 something a.m. Of course, get ready, make sure I'm presentable, get everything all set up, then have the stream up by latest 5 or so. So I'll be up early, getting this ready, getting hyped. Splatoon 3 is one of my most anticipated games on the Nintendo Switch this year. I'm excited. I put hundreds of hours into Splatoon 1 and 2, so I am looking forward to Splatoon 3 quite a bit. Now, what could we see at this Splatoon 3 Direct? Well, there's quite a bit, because people were getting crazy and worried about certain things here and there, and there was no reason to. I knew that Nintendo was going to come through and get us something big on Splatoon after they got done with the full marketing cycle and everything with Xenoblade Chronicles 3, because that was a big, highly reviewed game, and they needed to make sure that they finished that cycle of their marketing and promotion. So for the Splatoon 3 Direct that's going down, we're probably going to see new modes. There are new modes that Nintendo has not talked about for the multiplayer that are definitely going to be in the game. I also think that there's going to be a revamp of the multiplayer system in terms of how it actually works, how you link up with your friends, lobbies, what goes down there, how everything connects. You saw those little hashtags and numbers, nameplates on the game. So I think that there is going to be a nice overhaul built completely for the Nintendo Switch and not built off of probably what they did with the Wii U from Splatoon 1 to Splatoon 2. So I would expect a greatly enhanced multiplayer fundamentals and systems. I also expect multiple new modes to be announced, or at least a couple new modes to be announced. I think that we're going to get a better look at the single player experience and what's happening there. Maybe a look at the hub world, what you're going to be doing, how upgrades and new weapons works, who's going to be helping you. Maybe there's even some co-op in that campaign as well. And also another look at the 4-player co-op as well that's in the game. So I think it's going to be a nice little overview of everything that you can expect and some cool stuff that's going to be happening. Now, and I do think that there is also going to be a global test fire demo that will be announced, and it's going to be sometime soon since the game is coming out on September 9th. They need to global test fire that game probably at least 1 or 2 times before, just so they can make sure everything is working properly. So just like the first kick test fire that went down for Mario Strikers, or even the global test fire that went down for Splatoon 2, I think that we're going to be getting that within the next couple weeks. We'll be able to play the game for certain amounts of time throughout the day so they can stress test it. So that's pretty much what I think is going to be going down for Splatoon. So essentially more modes, more looks at the gameplay, better overall online play. Splatfests are also going to be probably announced, or the first one talked about, or what they're going to be doing. So I think it's going to be a great show overall for everyone that loves Splatoon, and I'm excited for it as well. So what do you guys think about the Splatoon 3 Direct set for August 10th? Are you looking forward to the show? You're gonna watch it here on the channel with me? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, guys, we do have some more big delays for games out there, and a game that I'm kind of looking forward to as well. Marvel's Midnight Suns delayed once again for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC, and delayed even further for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. So publisher 2K and developer Firaxis Games have delayed Marvel's Midnight Suns from its previously planned October 7th release date to later this fiscal year, ending March 31st, 2023 for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC, with the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch versions to follow at a later date. Now, here is a message from the development team on the delay. We have an important update to share regarding our launch date for Marvel's Midnight Suns. After discussion with the team, we've made the decision to move back the launch timing of Marvel's Midnight Suns to ensure we are delivering the best possible experience for our fans. We will launch later this fiscal year on Windows PC, Xbox Series X/S, and PlayStation 5, with the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and the Nintendo Switch versions following at a later date. We know fans are looking forward to playing Marvel's Midnight Suns, and we will use this extra time to make sure we are delivering the best possible experience for everyone. Marvel's Midnight Suns is easily the biggest game we've ever made, and we're incredibly appreciative of all the support players have shared with us throughout the years. Thank you from the Marvel's Midnight Suns team. So Firaxis, for those who don't know, they're the guys who developed XCOM. They are fantastic developers. They know what they're doing, and based off of the gameplay and what we've seen so far from Marvel's Midnight Suns, yes, it's a card battling XCOM, Mario plus Rabbids, that style of game, but it's very unique and interesting, and it looks fantastic graphically. I know some people didn't know exactly what this game is because of the CG trailer that they first put out, but the game actually looks really high quality, and I think it's going to be very good when it launches on all the intended platforms that it's supposed to launch on. Unfortunately, with the Nintendo Switch here, it is going to be after even March 31st on there, so we have to wait and see how good it's going to be. But a lot of people on my stream, when I showed the game, said that this would be a perfect game for a portable type of play because of the turn-based and the card system and everything. And I have to agree. I love Mario plus Rabbids and XCOM on the Nintendo Switch, so I think that this would be a great game to play on there, but we're going to have to wait even longer to get it on that platform. But it's very unfortunate, but they need to make sure that the game is high quality. Firaxis, they have a great standard to live up to when it comes to XCOM, so I wouldn't expect anything less from these guys. So what are your thoughts on all the different topics I've discussed here, from Xenoblade Chronicles 3 to Splatoon 3, and of course the delay of a big game, Marvel's Midnight Suns? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.